With the effort to get the depot project back on track. $93 million on Reynolds Street, but it's being questioned right now. Commissioners say they're still waiting for key documents related to the deal. News Channel 6's senior reporter George Escalette live in our newsroom. And George, the depot project update was on the agenda for commissioners to discuss.
Right, it was discussed, but all the conversation on this project where taxpayers will be committing $14 million was done behind closed doors. There are still issues when it comes to budget, building plans, and especially parking, but as of tonight, the depot project hasn't been derailed. Members of the Downtown Development Authority called into the commission legal session to provide information on the depot project, that proposed $93 million housing and retail development that has recently come under fire.
We feel great. We feel like that there was some confusion on what was expected in the 270 days and what didn't have. Finance Department confirmed that we had turned everything in time.
But what the developers have not put in city leaders' hands is still causing concern. City leaders still waiting on business plans, project budgets, and design plans.
What we're asking for is basic industry standard information. And for the developer at this point, and the persons who represent the DDA not understanding is also disappointing as well.
But commissioners hearing in the legal session, those documents are now in the hands of the Downtown Development Authority.
I got 3 of them last night, so I'm going to review them and forward them to the city.
What also needs a review is parking. The city has promised Unisys 500 spots currently being used on the depot site. The project is calling for a parking deck, but not big enough to handle the city's commitment to Unisys.
There's ongoing conversations with Unisys. I think that the parking issue is workable. What it looks like at the end, we're not really sure yet, whether it's adding more to a parking deck.
Probably the most logical thing to do is just add a couple of floors to the parking deck.
More money, though, and you're already spending $14 million.
Well, it is more money, but you know what? Unless you invest in the stock market, you don't get any return on it.
This should have been satisfied. So that shows you this whole thing has been upside down, trying to, be almost like a breech birth, per se. And only time will tell whether this baby will live or pass.
Following the behind closed doors session, Margaret Woodard of the DDA said the drop dead date to get all the documents in for this project is July 22nd. That's a couple weeks away. She says the development is still moving forward despite the concerns, with a groundbreaking planned in late September or early October. Jenny?
All right, George Escalette.